Last time that the crew of Moondancer met, you had just concluded your first meeting with the coalition of the Moonrise Ward. During that meeting, it was decided that there would be a threefold attack against the Xaryxian citadel. The first leg of that mission would include a very well-established team from another realm of New Valadin to deal with and take out the Watchdog, the astral dreadnought that roams XARYXIS space. The second leg, which in the time that we are taking place in this session, will happen tomorrow. Second leg is sending the coalition that front into the blockade in order to allow you all an avenue of entry into the Citadel and ultimately take out the Star Siphon. A weapon that has been engineered to drain all forms of life, not just individual life, but planetary life. This is the hope. This is the hope that the Coalition is leaning upon. You all saw Mordenkainen take off along with Team Valadin upon his vessel, the Steel Wind, into XARYXIS space. And now you are left here on the moon Aruun in order to fuel up, but also maybe even call upon some other allies. And here's where we pick up tonight's session. Turb had last mentioned to you that it might be worth asking for any kind of aid from the Nova consortium, a syndicate that you, ABSU, have a deep connection with. Though that tie is currently severed, there may be some leverage there. And you see him, after Steelwind had flown into jamming speeds away from Doom space, you see him kind of anxious, pacing back and forth, rubbing his hands, rubbing the back of his neck. I mean, there is a lot at stake with this mission, this upcoming mission, between him and the princess.
This is Turb, or who is this? Sorry,
This is Turb.
Turb, are you stressed out? This is not, isn't unlike, any of our missions in the past. What's your concern?
Honestly, I'm a little nervous about having to go alone with Princess Sadali. I mean, we've trusted her so far, but I feel like there might be something that we're missing in our attack. Do you think you would be at all interested in, making contact with the people that had control of your mind at one point?
My interest is pretty much ambivalent. As far as I know, the best way to communicate is via writing a letter. That's how I've done it in the past.
Make a history check.
10.
It is true. A letter was the primary form of connecting with the consortium. But you think back in your memory banks, and there is an image of not quite a system, but much grander than a ship, a base in astral space somewhere that you recall leaving from when you were but a child, heading off to Toril for a variety of what would be your missions in the context of the launch. And there is a vague image of this circular glyph on this base where you all stepped into to bring yourselves to other realms, other locations. It might be possible to use similar means of teleportation.
And this would need to use like my sway to win their support, or to give this idea to Turb.
It seemed like he was seeing your knowing your connection to the Nova Consortium, using whatever leverage that you may have to ask for a favor on behalf of the Coalition and all of Realm Space. They have, you know that they have vested interest in the continuation of life and progress in Realm Space as it is, given the fact that majority of their influence is in this realm. Sure, it could come from other realms and other wild space systems, but the system of Realm Space is where they have the majority of their tendrils.
Turb, there's some way that I now recall that I might be able to reach out to them, but honestly, knowing myself and the path that I've been put on, and the fact that I've left the cloth behind, I don't know what sway I'd have in this scenario. So I might know of a way to get you there, to get you some FaceTime with someone who might be able to help, but I can't offer sway in this situation. What we might as well be talking about a former lifetime.
Well, Turb, isn't your uncle the leader? I mean, seems like you probably have a little more pull in this sector than even ABSU.
Yeah, my uncle seems to be the patron of this syndicate. Not sure how much sway I personally would have to the rest of the syndicate, but my presence might help.
Could they be charmed?
I mean,
I'm sure my presence along with ABSU.
Can we appeal directly to your uncle, their patron? Perhaps that would be the most direct route.
Can they be charmed? Would that
Well,
help?
I don't know. I know that it seems from this letter that I have, my uncle is pretty powerful. I can't imagine that he would be able to be charmed. It wouldn't hurt.
Not him necessarily, but anyone else we speak to along the way who could put in a good word for us.
If you think you'd be able to help us with this, by all means.
I can cast friends. I don't think anyone would be hostile towards us.
Sounds like
Maybe if I establish a relationship first, develop good rapport, and I cast it, as long as you're there, what could go wrong?
I think, well, without you, ABSU, we wouldn't be able to. I don't think the magic would able to bring us there by your description alone. From what I've seen, and I don't know magic very well, but I think teleportation needs a connection deeper than just description.
I mean, you have a familiar tie.
I've never been there. You have.
So just my my memory of having been there is sort of what you're getting into.
I think so. I don't know.
I can help the cause.
The wizard took off. I can't ask him. It's his circle, but
Yeah, we can give it a go.
all right. Do any of you guys want to come with us?
Maybe it'd be best if it was just the three of us. That way you two are there to immediately bring good feelings to them, and then I can start establishing rapport, and then too many people might start to raise suspicions.
Okay.
I say we all go, and if teleportation fails, and there needs to be some like backup for our fellow.
Be on the ready.
Be on the ready.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know exactly where we ought to be heading right now, but
So wait, we have until tomorrow, right? Like this is the night before.
Yeah, the idea is that you have a whole day to make any kind of preparations, like this included, as well as gathering enough Fluxon or Heaven's Flame for Moondancer and the Last Breath.
How long will it take to gather the fuel? Because perhaps we do need to split up. I was napping last time we gathered fuel, so I don't know.
At this point, your father, Jarvraeus, was the last one to, and the other woman who had escorted you all here would probably be the two individuals that would know the most about the mines, the abandoned Fluxon mines. As far as last time that you guys all discussed it, it seemed like it wouldn't take necessarily any shorter or longer than your previous mining excursion on that that base, that moon, that something that you guys were at, like it was the torso of some entity.
But there was like a full service station there, right?
There was a full service station. The trouble is, now that this is abandoned, there's a bit more risk involved. But it's a similar process.
So we don't think it would take because that was like a half hour.
is there not a little marketplace or a flea market, a swap meet maybe in this town, where maybe some of the lowly class might exchange some of this and this?
What are you looking for?
I'm looking for fuel.
Spice?
Not spice. What you have, I won't even have you roll for it. With the conversations that you've had with that hunter that you had met with, I would say that you, Chelta, would have had other conversations with other Artukians and other Silva to know that it's abandoned because they don't need to leave. The fuel was at one point there for spelljammers.
No one comes around?
No one comes around anymore.
Word up. Then, yeah. I want to go to the mines.
So what are we doing first? Are we going to the Nova Consortium, or are we going to the mines?
Let's go to the Nova Consortium. Problem with the Nova Consortium. If I cast my friend's spell, when the spell ends, the creature realizes you use magic to influence its mood and becomes hostile to it too, so that doesn't work.
It's true.
Let me see what else I have.
So you might just have to roll.
Only when it ends.
You might just have to roll good old charisma.
I have a lot of charisma.
Your
So
persuasion.
just riz.
Your persuasion. Yeah, just riz them up.
Thank you.
I wasn't commenting on anything.
Just riz.
Just
Thank you.
riz.
You weren't complimenting me.
No, I did.
No!
You're back into a corner.
No, I'm not. I'm not backed anywhere.
Have you had a boss?
You misread what
I don't know,
said.
Simon. You seem very defensive for someone who's not backed into a corner. You just
Don't back the bear into a corner.
Oh, you're right.
I'm
I
about
don't
to
do that.
tail whip you.
That'll just lower his defense very slightly. It's
Sexy Joan isn't interested in bears.
You'll cast friends on me.
Pokemon jokes. Come on.
Go.
Got it. Okay, let's just get a vote. Jarvel, are we choosing to pursue Nova Consortium, or are we choosing to pursue the mines first?
I don't think it particularly matters unless the Nova Consortium's a really bad idea. In which case, we're kind of fucked either way. So I abstain.
Okay.
Abstain. Exercising your right not to.
Do we need fuel
Correct, sir.
in order to meet the Nova Consortium or to
You
put
do
price?
not. You just need someone of a memory of the location you are pursuing and a teleportation circle of which you have.
Nova.
I mean, I feel like
don't go.
might as well just do it if it's important to Turb, basically. Like, it seems to be like it's important to Turb. He might get a connection with his uncle. Like I said, I think ABSU's pretty apathetic about going. It's like I said, it's the any connection that he has is of a previous lifetime.
What aid do we expect them to be able to offer us? Sir.
I don't know. Maybe a loon? Maybe manpower? I feel like my uncle seems to have some sway. I just don't want this to go tits up when things hit the fan.
Cool. I think we can go.
All right.
I can cast suggestion.
Slow down over there.
What?
You could. You definitely could.
You could?
No, really, I could. I just read it, and it totally doesn't make them hostile towards us. It just makes. We need to establish.
What happens
we want
if you
first.
fail, though?
I can cast Thunderous Smite.
I can cast axe in your face.
Spray. Axe.
The target
Axe
makes
bomb.
a wisdom
Axe
saving
body
throw.
spray? Yeah. But that's if we need, like, if your Riz, towering that it might be.
Yes, I'm not going to
that's
cast
coming.
it unless I feel like we need
Uh,
it. But it's there for us to use.
Alright. ABSU, you approach the circle. There is generally an overtone in your personality ever since your comrade Crux had extracted the mind bug that the Syndicate had left in you to believe in the lies of the Watcher. And you're beginning to feel not apathy, like you typically hold a tight grip onto. You begin to feel a stronger emotion, a yearning, followed by anger. You take your first step onto the teleportation circle, and the glyphs light up around you. You focus your mind on what it meant to be part of the Nova Consortium. And you get flashing visions of the Dominus Spire, a base that exists in the astral sea somewhere, adrift, disconnected from any wild space system. You see a wide disk of glassy obsidian that kind of brings itself down to a point almost like a top. And in its center, a twisting obelisk. And then millions of clones of a variety of species. Gif, Cischill, human, dwarven, spawns beyond number that are floating adrift in this greenish glowing pool of some kind of liquid, and you see another moment someone connected to the Nova Consortium probing these infants in their own embryonic cells with this massive alien syringe, injecting them with a fluid that you kind of feel like you saw in a brief moment when Crux extracted this invader from the base of your mind. Another flash of a memory where you are sitting amongst other GIF children, other species, being indoctrinated in the religion of the Watcher. And you see this grand brass statue of an entity who seems to, from your young stature, to extend 30, 40, 50 feet in height. A tall, robed figure with hands outstretched. Hood over its head, but one massive eye in the center of its face, almost as though its whole head is an eyeball. And then you feel that pressure, that force of being sent through jamming speeds into wild space, into realm space, untorn. A child brought to the city of Neverwinter with the sole purpose of growing to love and adore the doctrine of the Watcher. To spread his knowledge and to spread his reach throughout all domains. You take your second step. And the rest of you see a pillar of blue light. Semi-translucent, you can still see ABSU in the center of it.
Onward.
Yeah, does the order matter? We can all just proceed.
ABSU.
Line up by height, guys.
I don't know, like maybe one person goes in and something bad happens. I don't know.
ABSU's form glows with a bright blue light and then vanishes in an instant. Who's next?
See, okay.
I go.
See?
I volunteer to go next.
Joan casts friend.
On
Door.
On me. Don't convince me not to
Yeah,
go.
yeah.
On the blue beam.
Whatever it is. I
On the
cast
blue
friend.
dabba-dee dabba-die.
And then it gets mad
Whoa.
because it finds out, and then it teleports me somewhere
There's
else.
a callback.
Joan steps through, vanishes in a similar fashion.
Okay.
Who's next?
I wasn't before Joan, so.
I'm sorry, you
I
were?
raised my hand first.
I don't care. I'll go now.
Okay. Then Jarvel.
So Jarvel lands on Joan.
I go.
Then Chelta.
I will go after
out.
Shilta.
Then Wilver.
Sure, yeah.
And Turb. Taking a moment and another deep breath in. Steps into the circle. And you all find yourself amidst a vast, starlit sky. Standing upon a dark, glassy floor. The circle that you have now been brought into is crimson in color. And ahead of you, that twisting spire, ABSU, that you recall of the Dominus spire. You see that, and you all see this massive spire easily extending 200 feet in height. And an archway that's maybe 40 feet from you, not far, there's no door, but another massive, tall, 30-foot high archway. Dark, shale stone makes up this spire. And you see one being standing there, full plate armor, 8 feet tall, and you see this very, very spiral-esque mask. A variety of twists and turns of metal that go over its nose and mouth and ears, leaving a jet black, long hair pinned back into a ponytail and these beet red eyes as they stand there stoic with a pike in hand. Who walks up first? I guess at this point this would be what is the marching order, I should say.
Turb is probably out front, yeah? Still or no?
I would.
Turb was the last one to hop through the circle, but
Well, we're going on his behalf.
Yeah, I would also, if he was the last one through, I think he'd still be the first one to press it before.
Yeah, we're all waiting for him.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about time.
Do I recognize this person at all?
The circles.
there is a vague connection that you are drawing from, like, how he looks, but make a history check with advantage. 6. Plenty of large stature guards exist on this base. I don't know this guy.
Sir, do you know of a gentleman named Gervarius?
Standing stoic, and as you approach him, he was just looking forward, and the only way he addresses you is looking down at you, but makes no sound.
Is he holding anything?
He's holding a pike.
That's it.
Like a fish.
He's holding a fish. It's so funny.
Look what I found. Caught in the astral sea.
My patience is limited for this guy, and I think I'll just say, like, sir, do you have a name?
That's a good starter.
Stands up straight.
We are one in the syndicate. Us gods carry one name. We are the Omega.
Understood. I'm ABSU of Toril. We're looking for an individual named Gervarius. Are we free to pass?
DM's gonna take a timeout.
Yeah, I was gonna.
Jarvranus is Jarval's
Sorry.
father.
I was sorry, I've confused his name with
No, you're good.
the name of Uncle.
Unky?
Uncle Ted.
Now that makes a lot more sense why you
Sorry, that's why I
it
said
the
that.
first
I wouldn't
time.
have just. Yeah, my bad. I was.
Yeah.
That's
Azurelon.
That's a
Azurelon
Z?
is his. That's a Z. That's a curse of Z.
Oh yeah, that's what a curse of Z looks like.
Curse of Z is
Looks like a Y.
fucked.
looks like a G.
Yeah.
Um,
We're
Alright.
here to see Azurelon, is what you would have
This
said.
is just more editing work you have to do in the other, but that's fine. We're looking for Azurelon. Are we free to pass?
On whose behalf are you to see? The patron of the syndicate.
And you then see Turb from the back of your party step forward. I am of the bloodline of Azurelon.
Come to see Uncle Az.
Come to see Unky. And at this point you see the Omega Guard, the self-proclaimed Omega Guard, about face and head back into this long extending hall. And as he's walking, now you can kind of see what's on the far end of this long, deep spire, a crimson strip. And it's not a carpet, it's not like a red carpet. It is a crimson stone strip that is, this guard is walking along, and at the end of it you can kind of vaguely see what looks like a throne and two individuals. Someone sitting upon the throne and another one standing behind it. Takes about half a minute before they return. And you see the Omega Guard turn and allow you all to pass, holding his pike outstretched at a 45-degree angle over the tip, the apex of the archway.
He will see you now.
Cool. Stay. Oh shit. Okay. I'm not
You're
ready.
rocking it, Turb. You're rocking it, Turb.
You all enter. Is Turb or is ABSU leading?
We can have Turb lead.
Yeah,
I
Turb's
can be
we're
behind
here
him.
for Turb's the reason we're here.
It's
Yeah.
Turb's concern.
This yeah.
If he doesn't lead, we shove him forward. That's what I'm saying.
I poke him with my pike.
Broad march.
Your moonsicle.
Yeah.
Turb taking the head. Sorry, Grayson. You all walk along this what feels like an infinitely long hallway. Columns that extend several hundred feet up in the height of this ceiling. You can see a spiral staircase going around the perimeter, the edge of this spire, and several rooms and areas that go further up and up and up. You kind of get the feeling like there might be some maybe illusion spell that is making it seem larger. As you are approaching, you can see several versions of what look to be the same kind of statue. And ABSU, you are noticing that this is what looks to be an evolution of the Watcher. With every statue on either side, you see an individual hunched over, hood covering its face, covering its arms. The next one, the arms move out. The next one, the head moves up. And the last one before the throne, a massive eye in the center of its head. Sitting upon the throne, you see what looks to be someone, could be a human, could be an elf, a humanoid, cloaked in long, draping black cloak, hands and fingers that extend longer than what seem to be natural, gripping over the armrests and into fingernails, gripping itself into the fronts of this throne. A collar that goes all the way up to its chin, and you see like a unnaturally long neck and a pale face with almost like someone who has had their life unnaturally extended beyond what they should. Their face gaunt, but over their eyes a black visor and a tall, almost bishop-like, I'm thinking a cowl that broadens their shoulders and goes a full head's length. Yes, full head's length above their own, and a vertical slit over their forehead, right in the center of their head. And behind him, with one hand on the throne, you see this dark blue-skinned individual, someone with a similar resemblance to that of Turb, as far as maybe their race is concerned. But a large black beard and black mustache, long draping black hair, white eyes, black pupils, and this ever-consisting wind that billows where his feet would normally be. And as you all approach, the entity on the throne smiles, and that smile grows and grows and grows as you approach.
I don't like the way this guy's smiling at me.
Might be a bit mixed into some.
I see the prodigal son has returned.
Do we see who he's looking at or speaking to?
His head glances down at your party. I mean, you all are kind of like clumped together.
We're here so that Turb can speak to his uncle.
I have the final say who speaks to our patron. Tell me, what is it that is your business of coming back to my domain?
Can I give Turb a little nudge?
Begrudgingly, he steps forward. We're here to represent the Moonrise Ward Coalition and beseech the aid of your syndicate. If we may have a moment to speak with my uncle, we would be greatly appreciative. You think he can speak beyond my say? What is it that you all seek? Is it power? Is it wealth? Is it prosperity? Life? Is it vengeance? And he glances over at you, ABSU. I feel there is a passion burning within your otherwise lacking disposition. We've missed you, ABSU. We've missed your compassion.
This motherfucker.
We've missed how well you've fed the Watcher's voice to toil. What happened to you? What happened to our child?
My zeal is long gone, through not my own actions.
So you say, but I sense rage has grown within you.
I cared deeply about the purpose that I had from my earliest memories, and that was torn from me by someone who I don't call my friend.
We were able to see this surgery that had taken place. If it wasn't for the help of your illithid friend, we may not have been able to observe your growth over these many days. The consortium has grown rather thin. Our numbers have depleted over the moons that have passed. He glances over, looks, well, what you assume as though he's looking over his shoulder. It seems messages have slipped through the cracks of fate to bring you all back. What is it that you truly desire? For us to intervene upon your cause against the elves.
I brought us here so that my friend here could hopefully procure some reinforcements. That's our only mission.
You see the man behind the throne lean down into the ear of this eyeless individual on the throne, whisper something. As the whispers end, so a kin of yours you reached out to. I see the resemblance is clear. We would love nothing more than to help a lost child. A comrade of the lost ones of the consortium. But a bargain does not come freely.
Seems fair.
And you see the entity kind of like roll back his shoulders and he ushers Turb over to this long, elevated staircase. And Turb just says, I will only go with you if you can guarantee that my comrades have a reasonable court with this guy that ABSU seems to know.
I can guarantee more than that. If you please.
And there's a pause, but eventually Turb does follow this djinn-like entity up this staircase. And he leaves you for a moment. And the man on the throne says, they won't be long, but I must ask, what is it that you all are willing to sacrifice on behalf of the consortium? How can we help you?
What kind of shit are you looking for?
Oh, we have many needs, many empires that can crumble at an instant, or thrive if we so desire it. But what we want to know is how you can help our causes on Toril. If we are to help you in this affront against the astral elves.
About your causes, is what you want conscious energy, essentially? What is it? If you gain what you want, it's satisfaction, it's conscious energy. So is what you want not conscious energy?
This motherfucker spit.
Having minds to be able to influence domains of this world. Yes.
Yes. What is the satisfaction of influence?
Well, I'd like to echo my friend here because are you asking one of us to believe once again, as we've seen our friend ABSU here, he's gone through all of this turmoil surrounding you. So are you asking for one of us to believe or to commit to the cause? I don't doubt that you would have to do that in order to even be any part of this. And this is not necessarily why we came here. So if you can't help us, I don't know what we're gonna be doing. What's the problem?
I would mind speak and say, are you looking for a willing vessel?
Snaps his fingers. That's what we are after. You see, ABSU's not the only one who has fallen away from our tether. As I'm sure many of you know of, one who has named himself as Crux has made quite a mark on your kind. A vessel will more than suffice.
What kind of vessel?
Is this something you, child, are willing to bring forth? To extend the reaches of, and gestures over to the grand statues of the Watcher.
Yeah.
Wilver's greedy eye. Greedy ass.
Yeah.
I think I'll say in response, will I be able to keep my own self or consciousness, and what does it require of me?
Your memories will be intact. Your choices are yours. But occasionally we may call upon you to execute missions and directives throughout a variety of realms. There are very powerful forces, even those that rival myself, amongst your home, that would allow us to further our causes. The Watcher may be someone that you see as a insignificant shadow ABSU, but amongst those who still believe, need a priest.
Can I talk to someone
Sidebar?
quietly?
Yeah.
Oh, certainly.
I mean, my experience was that following the Watcher was peaceful, purpose-giving, and I felt that I was preaching a message that I thought gave me purpose. And it was taken.
I think Wilver being drawn to and sort of obsessed with power is inclined to agree to this proposal. I think I would respond through Mindspeak, but in Mindspeak that everyone can hear. And just I'll just say I agree. I will do it.
How wonderful and serendipitous for a young blood of the Illithid to join our ranks. Is there any specifics that you wish for us to provide aid for your cause?
Yes.
I believe just manpower, reinforcements, a military garrison. I believe that's all that we require.
And any protection that you can offer my friends.
I do believe that can be arranged. ABSU, please step forward.
I step forward.
It extends its arm, and you see like its arm growing longer and longer past its cloak to where you see this pale and gaunt, almost skeletal, but with still sinew and flesh attached, growing and growing before 3 fingers on either side of your temples and another one pressing atop your skull. And you feel like this sharp pain in your head for half a second. May this be a blessing to you. And it casts Death Ward on you. It is a spell that if you were to die, you jump back up to 1 hit point.
Wow.
And for the volunteer, our vessel. And it extends its other hand over to you, but holds its hand out, and instead of pressing its hand on the forehead like you saw ABSU, presses all of its fingers into the base of your skull, and you feel this like this pulsing energy and an influx of information, the origin of the Nova Consortium, all memories that ABSU seems to have, and it seems to flood and flood to the point where you don't know if your mind can hold more information, more magic, more power. But it ends, and you just feel this dull ache in the base of your neck. And you can give yourself 20 temporary hit points.
Sorry, man. Oh.
Turb and Azurelon descend from the staircase, and Turb exits further. But you see the entity standing midway up the staircase. And he points at you, Joan.
Frank, suggestion?
Suggestion, don't talk to me.
Madam, please come.
I step up and kind of give a courteous little bow. As he
Courtesy.
She
A courtesy.
does a courtesy.
She does a courtesy to
I
courtesy.
cast courtesy on that.
Courteously
May I have
courteous.
your courtesy to curtsy?
I would like to courteously curtsy. Of your courtesy.
I would like to court you through
Roll,
courteously
roll the courtesy. Courteously
Ooh,
curtsy.
nice.
Alright, Joan just curtsied. So don't describe that again.
I missed it.
No.
Sorry, okay.
Joan, you walk up this spiral staircase into a grand room with a what looks to be just a cistern in the middle of this room. Floating candles light up the space, and you see several tapestries hanging depicting what look to be different elemental jinns. Some wielding that of the element of fire, the element of stone, the element of wind, the element of water. In the center, behind this cistern, you see the patron.
Turb has alerted me of the unfortunate fate that you carry as your source of magic.
How did he?
Mentioned a few times of you nearly betraying his comrades. Is this true?
Under duress? Yes.
I want nothing but to see the absolute success of my nephew, of my kin. But you must understand there is a conflict of interests when more than one patron enters the circle. Should I bestow a boon upon your party, it is likely the fiend that has blessed you will do everything it can to stop it. What I want to know is, are you willing to forego this patron in order to accept me?
Listen, if you can shatter this curse that I have, I would be in your debt forever. This thing has been torturing me and terrifying me for weeks on end. I've nearly killed comrades, and I'm not myself in the moment, so yeah, if you could break this, that would be incredible.
Then I ask that you take a step into this water and sink. You must suspend yourself between the realm of life and death for me to have any influence against your patron.
And if we fail, do I die?
So long as you sink, you should not fail.
Okay. I turn towards the water and take a step in, and prepare to take a step out, but decide to put the other foot in, and step down until I'm submerged to the waist.
Do you curtsy into the...
I lift up my dress, I hike it.
Don't just, dude. You were doing so well.
Oh, yeah, it has to happen.
No, it doesn't.
Paint me the picture.
All of my sex deteriorates.
Dude,
Get into the
Brother,
dude.
you step into your waist. Do you go further? You feel there are steps, and then eventually you will have to float. You dive in and you see around you this dark aqua hue. And above you, this rectangular beam of light from the ambient light of the candles. And then a silhouette of the consortium's patron looming overhead. You feel a hand pressing on your head,
Did anyone anoint me beforehand?
pushing you further down, and his grip is holding on tight and pushing you further and further, and you look down and it doesn't seem like this pool will end. It's getting harder and harder to hold your breath. Make a Constitution saving throw.
Let's go.
feel like you're gasping for air, and you have a choice to make. Do you sink?
I start to feel like I'm drowning, and I let go of life.
And as eventually you feel the urge to breathe, water painfully enters your lungs. And for a moment you think that this might be it for Joan. And then he pulls you out by your head, plops you back down onto the stone, and you are coughing for air, and you feel like nothing might have changed.
I cough up the water on the ground and choke a few times. Just roll over onto my back and breathe.
You were out for at least an hour.
An hour? I was sitting there for like 30 seconds. I almost died.
I had known that you had made a bargain with Orcus, that this would have been a much shorter experience, but I was able to undo his curse, his connection. I'm afraid, however, your physical form has been altered.
Turn around and look down in the pool of water.
You are not sexy anymore. You look like an average Githyanki. A shriveled nose, long, gross yellow ears, feminine form, but you're not voluptuous. You don't have the curves.
I never wanted you guys to see me like this.
Joan's about to commit seppuku.
You see, for the first time in a long time, what you used to look like before you approached this fiend of the hells.
Joan's not sexy.
What? I broke my pact with the guy who allowed me to be
Oh
sexy.
no, are you a hag now?
I'm a Githyanki.
You're a Githyanki. Oh no.
So Joan, I'm gonna need you to edit your character
Not no longer Joan of sexy.
and
Joan gives Yankee.
if you Joan of not sexy. If you go into your class section for under otherworldly patron, please change that to genie.
Best wishes.
New patron!
Yeah.
Okay.
Welcome to the podcast.
It means you have lost the benefit of a feature you once had called the Dark One's Blessing. The Dark One's Blessing would give you health anytime you would slay an enemy.
Okay.
But now, you find upon your sidearm, next to your weapon, a wide bottle, corked, and a ring, several rings of glyphs and runes etched into this bottle.
You have the opportunity to now live a life free of the bonds you once had with the Nine Hells. Use this power wisely. I cannot guarantee that this will be the end of any connection you have with Orcus. I fear that if similar actions that you make in your life that coincide with that of your former patron may undo this boon.
Great. Thank you for everything you've done for me. Any chance you could make me pretty again? The last guy did it.
And that's why you were tethered.
Damn. Pretty privilege. Ever heard of it?
He had money, okay?
Come, let's meet the rest of your compatriots and send you on your way. I have something for the rest of you at this point.
And you all now, after patiently waiting a full hour for Joan and Turb's uncle to descend the spiraling staircase, you see him waving his hands in a circle and around you all, surrounding you all like a cyclone. Winds that bring you up and up and up. And for the next 48 hours, you all have a flying speed equal to your movement speed.
Flying speed equal to what?
Your movement speed.
True, yeah.
Kind of mirrors the last session. The last session we were all in flight suits.
Damn, you're right, dude. That's kind of poetic in a way. You ever watch JJ the Jet Plane? That's me.
Never been another little guy.
YouTube search.
Oh my goodness.
JJ the Jet Plane DMX remix.
Doug, are you from the part of the multiverse that didn't have that TV show? Because you're from a different Mandala thing.
You do have a different Mandela effect. You don't know the McDonald's universe?
Do you know the Jet Plane?
I guess it sounds familiar.
It was
You
like
did,
the creepy
you
plane
did
with the
know Thomas the Tank
face.
Engine.
What
though,
about-
right?
what about
Or he's
Telly-
just faking
Huh?
that.
Telly-
No, that's central to the multiverse.
Oh, I see. It's like the middle circle
Yeah.
in the Venn diagram.
Yes.
I see.
Yes.
Thomas.
Thomas is in the center of all of it.
I'm just seeing like a Dark Biden meme, but with Thomas instead.
Evil Thomas.
So, I see. Azurelon has bestowed upon you a wonderful gift. Our fleet will meet your course by the next dawn. Make sure that you use them wisely. And do not waste them like you wasted us. And the eye opens up in the center of its head, leans forward. The consortium is always watching you.
We're watching you, Wazowski. Yeah, there you go.
A hand is always welcome to extend a return should you wish.
Understood.
Be on your way. Leans back into its throne, and Azurelon exits back up the staircase into darkness. What do you all do?
So at this point, can we just assess what we've gained? Obviously, you've gotten some shit. The rest of us can fly for a bit. Anything else?
You can't be that somber.
You have 20 temporary hit points.
That's right.
Do I have to add anything
I have
to
nothing.
like?
You can fly. I think
Yeah,
all
no,
of us
I'm
can.
beyond that. I mean.
So I suppose we zoom back to the place in which we were, the forest moon, and then we pursue the Fluxon ore and/or heavenly flame in the mine.
You all step through the same circle you used to enter upon this base. And focusing your minds one after another. You step back into the moon of Aruun, and you see there more individuals than there was before you left. Captain Sartell and the rest of Topola and her Orwix are here. The vampirates of Last Breath are all here.
Nifty.
And you see a troop of familiar Githyanki. The same that you all encountered when you once fought against a Nautiloid. The moment that Wilver was briefly drawn to. All of these people here, but in the center of them, Jarvel, your father, approaches. So, I assume your venture was successful? Were you able to gather more aid?
Looked like it. We were promised some help. Come the morning.
Well, that's certainly good news. After the report that Mordenkainen sent back to us, it seems this is... we might be a bit outnumbered. Regardless, you need direction to the Fluxon mines. Yes, that's what you all are after now.
Correct.
So, follow me. And you see Jarvreus like buckling his arms around his waist, throwing a coat over himself and throwing his hood over, and you can kind of hear like a storm brewing, thunder echoing far away. Flashes of lightning, and eventually along this travel towards these mines, rain begins to fall. You all follow Jarvreus' lead and eventually find this, what looks to be a hole in the ground, but is in fact a long tunnel. I would have followed you all into these mines, but I need to be there for the rest of the rest of your crew to set themselves up for success. I need to warn you of a couple things before you come back. Or before you get your mines, or get your ores rather. Here, and he hands you this large sack, this large bag of holding. Take this and you will be able to harvest any ores that you extract. But the problem is, because this mine has been abandoned for over a century, the mechanisms used to extract them are likely rusted over. And because of this, it will not be a swift or quiet endeavor. The more that you extract, and in fact the more that you refine, the more likely it is that you attract the Omen of the Woods.
Oh, dope.
So,
Get into the Omen of the Woods.
just be...
We really, really can't.
Have you faced the Omen? I'm sorry, have you
No,
faced
it's
the
the
Omen?
it's the Tarrasque. It's like a
It's just a
300 foot tall dinosaur.
I know that Heaven's Flame can bring you up to jamming speeds, and in fact it might be the thing you need in a pinch to get your ships out of Xaryxis base when you need to. But it is not a quiet process. And the things that lurk within are not friendly either. They are very, very keen to all that moves and makes noise within the mine.
Well, good thing I got a stealth hat. You got
So
that stealth
badass.
hat.
Never heard.
Good thing I got a hat of
Such a
disguise.
cool line.
All right. When you are done, and you have brought your Fluxon oil and Heaven's Flame back, we will send you upon the final mission. Make haste, and he pats/shoves you all past him and deep into the tunnel.
So, point of clarification: Heaven's Flame is louder to mine and refine than Fluxon oil.
Yes. So Fluxon oil is what you is used. It is your fuel. Fluxon oil is your fuel, but Heaven's Flame is what allows you to get your ships up to jamming speeds.
Oh, well, why don't we fucking get some Fluxon oil?
Mother Fluxon oil?
Yeah,
Mother Fluxon oil.
Just know that without Heaven's Flame, a spelljammer will not be able to get up to jamming speeds.
Who cares about? Why do we need to jam? Who cares? What are we in a rush?
As
Either
far
we
as,
got-
yeah.
what
as
do we
far
got,
as you know, are there
4
any
hours?
limitations with this bag of holding? Like, because the most expedient
Oh!
the most expedient option would be to just grab a bunch of flux and ore. But at the same time, it's like we burn through that quicker. Therefore, we'll need more inside the bag of holding. You know, potentially a few cells of Heaven's Flame would get us there and back, and that's just like less volume.
I think we kind of need some of each.
So like if we mine for Heaven's Flame, we are going to maybe attract this guy, the spirit of the.
Well, it sounds like that Jarvrea says that like any amount of refinement will attract something, but Heaven's Flame is a much more intensive, louder refinement, which could, depending on how much you choose to bring back.
And we can do live refining, basically,
Yes.
like from where we're at.
Yes. Yes.
I say
I-
meet some baddies.
I'm also like, kind of geared. Like, I feel like I'm picking up your vibe here, where I'm kind of like geared in such a way where I feel like there's no way out of seeing whatever we might see.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to fight something, but we can't fight a Tarrasque. So
No, I don't want to. Yeah.
It's big for yourself.
So maybe we'll just get one Heaven's
am.
Flame. Just like get one Heaven's Flame.
One Heaven's
That is
Flame
what
will
he-
be
yeah, he
enough
was saying.
for one spelljammer.
Yeah. Trying to.
Yeah.
for one jamming speed.
Yeah.
One
So
go
last
somewhere else.
Last Breath and Moondancer are both in need of fuel, period. It's whether or not you want one or both of them, or either of them really, to have access to Heaven's Flame.
Do we need to take both ships?
Do we have an inventory on how much Heaven's Flame or Fluxo?
In order to fight the blockade.
But we're not fighting the blockade.
You're not fighting the blockade, but the success of the mission and the success of the coalition is going to be dependent on how well they survive.
The Moondancer is fresh out of fuel, I'm pretty sure.
What about Last Dance?
Last Breath is also out of fuel.
They were, because we picked them up and they were basically marooned. I mean, at least for us, I think at least one cell of Heaven's Flame is required for the Moondancer.
Yeah, we'll probably one for each.
Yeah.
It's gonna suck.
We'll see.
Yeah, I think that's
scary.
fair. One for each. Maybe we, but yeah, at the same time, it's like, yeah, you kind of want to, because we're kind of on a mission that's going on during what transpired last week or 3 weeks ago, and so I mean, like zipping in and zipping out. I mean, maybe we give them one, but maybe we give ourselves two.
Well, we're not taking either ship, are we? We're
Or
just kind
not.
of.
Well, you would be. Your vessels will be upon. Your individual vessels will be upon, because there wasn't flight suits enough for your whole party.
Right.
So you will be on these little guys. which is going to be transported on either Last Breath or Moondancer.
So we're gonna be taking the one-man pods
Into the Citadel.
So we're gonna get close enough with one of the ships,
Yes.
and then go in. But we're leaving the ship behind to fight.
Yes.
Fight the battle.
Yes. And the ships, the galleons, are fighting the blockade.
So we don't really need that per se
Gotcha.
for ourselves, for our mission.
That makes sense. So yeah, I think maybe a cell of Heaven's Flame each for emergency,
Right.
like to zip out
Like,
of there.
Fuck
like,
this. We're done.
Yeah, because
Not bad.
yeah. I mean, if we're not riding Moondancer into this business, it's like that really is not top concern. None of us are extremely tied to the Moondancer except for you as the Spelljammer.
True.
But when you leave it,
Which
you're
at
not
that
tied
point-
to it anymore either.
At that point, Topola would take over as Spelljammer
Hell
when you
yeah.
leave.
Top
In
one.
fact,
Hey, I don't
it's-
want to be a spell jam.
In fact, it's very likely that because you would be in your own single-man pod, Topola would be the Spelljammer for the Moondancer anyway.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
All right, so 6 chunks of Fluxon ore, 3 for each ship, and then 1 cell of Heaven's Flame for each ship. So 6 clumps of
6
Fluxon
and
ore, 2 cells of Heaven's Flame. That's the goal.
Let's mix it up like the
And I
time-
fly down the hole. I'm flying down the hole.
Okay.
I'm JJing down the hole.
What is the marching order heading into the abandoned Fluxon mine?
I don't give a fuck.
Apparently,
I'll go
ABSU's
first.
going first.
Yeah.
Flying Peter Pan style.
Yes. Except
When
without.
there's a smile in your
So ABSU is first. ABSU is first, and then whom?
I'm coming.
I'm gonna come.
Don't.
I'm gonna come.
Do not.
I was quoting Donald.
Do not come.
I was quoting Donald
I'm
Trump.
gonna come.
Do not come.
I'm gonna come
Luke's third.
with my Drake.
I'll go in there. I'll go in somewhere in one of those
I will
orders.
follow it.
Throw me in there somewhere, Captain.
Put me in.
I don't know. Like if I might take issue with Joan of ugly because you're not ugly. You're just normal.
Get Yankee up.
But she's normal. Get Yankee.
Which is up.
A little
Like
bit.
objectively.
I'm pretty sure isn't the Get Yankee like
Joan of
objectively
not
ugly?
sexy.
No, you're just extra sexy. And then now
Damn.
you're just normal. Which is
Joan of Plain.
That makes me
Yes.
feel so much better
Joan is
about
rather
myself.
plain.
Thank you.
but what if plain is good?
Isn't Aren't Get Yankees just like straight ugly all
I mean, their
Is that a
face
character
isn't that
trait?
appealing.
the time? Exactly. So ugly.
Yeah.
That's why I sent that second image where it
I mean,
says.
have
I
you
sent that
Googled
second
the Get
image
Yankee?
where it's just that.
Yeah, I know. That's how I was laughing.
Yeah.
So it's showing you
The whole
mine.
intention
Because
was
that's
for
why I
it.
have it in
I know.
mine also.
Beautiful.
Yeah, exactly. So you're looking just like that now.
Joan
You
of
be-
average, yeah,
Dude.
say.
Joan.
Joan of average.
Joan.
Just Joan.
Joan. Y'all have one more name.
Huh?
Y'all have one more names.
You
I like
descend.
to be grandiose.
I get it. I get it.
Joan of Grandiose.
Joan of grandiose.
There you go.
You descend into the mines, and as you all fly with your newly bestowed gift of flight,
The Moondancer flies
the
away.
Moondancer flies away.
Backwards.
Backwards.
It's just from our perspective. Really, we're flying away from it.
And you see a
Fair.
several levels of deeply extracted mines. Mine carts that have been tipped over. You even see like bodies of humanoids that have been left behind, maybe some that have been crushed by landfall from within. But you see 5 circular levels going deeper and deeper and deeper. And if you recall from the fueling station from many, many days ago, where they're at a refining station, there were these constructs that were upright and working and performing the refinement process. They are inactive, collecting years upon years of dust and rust. But you find veins of Fluxon ore upon the walls and tools that you can use to mine with. I will say, you easily locate these veins of Fluxon ore. Give me, the two of you that consider yourself to be the strongest, give me an athletics check.
26. Shit.
That was a nat 20, by the way.
Oh, damn!
Yeah.
Jarvel and Absu, the two of you are able to mine pretty successfully a number of ore that should be sufficient for refinement. Chilton, Wilver, you two even, and Absu, Alfonso, you three are able to locate even more veins that were a little bit harder to find deeper in the mines. You tuck them in your bag of holding and you descend to the refinement level. There are two stations. One that looks like a forge of a little bit more primitive scale, and one to have been well hewn, well designed for Heaven's Flame. How many cells of Fluxol are you creating? How many cells of Heaven's Flame are you creating?
6 and 2, right?
We'll take 2 cells of Heaven's Flame, please.
6 cells of Fluxon oil.
Now, both stations can be manned at the same time. However,
They both operate on one desk at the same time.
how do you all wish to operate these refinement?
I wonder if I know anything about the older one because of my history in farming and my I used to have animals. I have plenty of neighbors who had farms.
Okay. Sure. Give me a history. Unfortunately, this is not really something that you are really privy to. You've seen forges before.
A boy can dream is all I
A boy can
say.
dream.
A boy can dream.
Even a bug can dream.
But even a bug can dream.
Who is manning what station? This will be a matter of strength or dexterity.
I'm a strengther.
I think I got a little dex in me.
What station? So, like, as far as mining or forging?
So, Heaven's Flame, the station you assess to require a lot of push, a lot of give. It's going to require an individual of great strength to be able to refine this ore into Heaven's Flame. However, in contrast to the Fluxol, it's more of being able to quickly manipulate the ore from one state of matter to the next and then to the next.
Do you want to do...
Dexterity for
Dexterity.
Fluxol,
Oh, yeah?
strength for Heaven's Flame.
So Luke's maybe working on Fluxol?
Either one of us is probably good.
But
for
they were
Heaven's
the ones that
Flame.
walked up to the benches, the stations.
Oh.
Right.
I don't know if anyone really did. I just know that you guys were mining, and now we have you all have descended to the refinement level.
Okay. Also,
I could throw a little dex.
yeah.
Throw in a little dex.
You got a little deck?
Can we tag team this, or is this a single man operation?
It is only one person can operate a refinement center at a time.
Okay, gotcha.
Alright, so you two for sure, right?
Who's got the highest strength?
+6.
Plus 8.
Or
Damn!
athletics. That was me.
Yeah,
Sorry.
athletics?
Athletics is plus 8.
Okay, take it.
Strength, or is that what this is? Athletics?
Athletics and acrobatics would be what you would apply to the Fluxol.
+5.
What do you got for dex, Seth?
Not much, man. No, not much. Just living on the
You all have
edge.
any acrobatics? Acrobatics?
Take it,
I
brother.
got +2 for acrobatics.
Take it, brother.
I got plus 5 also, so you're
So it's
levels me.
Jarvel and
Chilted.
Jarvel and
If
Shilta.
I can get a decent roll out of one of my
Okay.
dice.
You're doing athletics.
Yeah.
Nice.
So Jarvel and Shilta, give me your respective rolls, please.
Nat 20.
Wow.
Not bad.
16.
The DC for Fluxol was 15.
Touching.
The DC for Heaven's Flame was 20.
Well, blew that one out of the water.
Several gears churn, several congs begin to spin as you reignite each respective forge. Jarvel, you produce a cell of Heaven's Flame. Chelta, you produce a cell of Fluxon. But you notice that after this production, rumblings begin to still happen from around the mine.
I want to start mine. I want to start. Is there any? I have 4 arms. Is there any way I can? No, it's not really any way. I want to do.
Oh!
More. I want to do 2 at a time.
Okay. So
I don't know if
then,
that's possible.
so you're gonna do the next round of Fluxol.
Yeah.
Are you, Jarvel, doing the next round of Heaven's Flame?
Y'all gotta
Yep.
be
Okay.
ready.
The DC is raising regardless, but Chelta, I will give you advantage. The DC for
I like that.
Fluxol has now been raised to 20.
20.
Whoa.
You got this.
4?
He's trying to do 2 at a time.
Oh.
Okay.
18 plus 5.
11. Holy
Called
balls.
shot. Let's flip it.
Oh, wait. 7 plus. That was 7?
So, yeah, that was it. Yeah.
Was it?
I tucked this one in.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, sorry.
So 7 plus 5 is. Yeah, it would make it.
You're able to just pull every lever, every possible means of production, now giving yourselves a total of 3 Fluxol cells. But your Jarvel, your station jams for a moment, and you have to force it into place. And it stalls. It does not produce, but it sends a thunderous boom
I'm a successful roll of all things.
throughout
No, mine.
the
I
mine.
was
yours,
unsuccessful. I rolled a 3.
Damn.
And you all begin to
I
hear
handled it.
the chittering and cackling of these small creatures that then begin to crawl themselves out of various crevices.
Okay.
Goblins now begin to swarm your party. Whoever's holding the bag of holding, for a moment, a goblin jumps up and begins to grab the bag of holding and tugs and tugs and tugs. Who's holding on to this bag of holding?
I had it.
You have it? Give me an athletics check.
14.
That's great. Roll the 4. You hold on. But the rest of you see 10 more goblins begin to swarm around you all.
Goblins.
Goblins. D6, please.
Oh fuck, dude. Luke, you doing it?
Yeah. No.
Take it, brother. Go for
Okay.
it. You got it. You got
Yeah.
D6 in hand.
We're gonna do a couple more d6s.
We lost.
My Drake would have eaten one of these already.
Okay, 2 USBs.
If they came down to it, they're
That's-
definitely
that's the-
avoiding your
The
Drake.
first model after.
They're 100% avoiding your Drake.
What are they near me? Because I feel.
There's
as far as
no
I'm
one near
concerned,
you.
I'm sitting on
Wait,
the
they're
Drake.
avoiding. They're avoiding the 6.
I'm riding the Drake right now. I've been riding the Drake.
Drake.
Sorry. That's
Okay.
kind of like how I'm running.
That's fine. The
Riding
goblins.
the Drake?
Yeah, I can do that now.
Oh yeah.
The goblins all make their respective attacks. One against Joan, one against Wilver, one against Alfonso, and 2 against ABSU. Each of them are hitting you all for 15. to hit your armor class. Does that meet or beat your AC?
That means.
That beats?
Beats? You've got a 15 AC, brother?
No, it beats me. My 10.
What's your AC?
16.
Well, the goblins hit you for.
You didn't mention me, but it wouldn't hit me.
Oh, well, yeah. Alfonso, you take 5 points of damage as one stabs you with its dirk. And
Got stabbed by a little dirt.
Goblin?
a little goblin boy. Alfonso, you take 5 points of damage. And the rest of you see these goblins descending from the mine above
I
you.
don't know. Take damage, is what you're saying.
Yeah,
What did I think of?
5 points of damage. Yeah, you take 5 points of damage. The rest of you basically shrug off any sort of attack against these meager creatures. But it is now your turn. Who's going first?
We can just go and start with the roller first.
Okay. Big let's see what I'm gonna do.
What you doing, boy?
Kill that goblin next.
Okay, go for it.
So 18 to hit. 28 plus 8. 11 points of damage.
11 points of damage to the goblin, destroyed immediately.
Okay. I have a second attack.
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw a hand axe at one of the guys on ABSU.
Sure, roll to hit.
23 to hit.
Hits.
7, so 13 points of damage.
Just enough to kill it.
Damn.
Picking them off one by one. Alfonso, you're up. With Wilver on deck.
Why not a cantrip?
Why not? I hate that shit.
You don't roll the hit.
They fail.
Oh.
So what's go ahead and roll damage. You freeze and shatter its body to smithereens. Wilver, you're up.
Alright, I'm gonna attack this motherfucker. I'm gonna swing at him with the scimitar of life stealing.
Dude, nice.
That is a 20 to hit dirty.
Hits.
Let's go. Ooh! So 10 damage.
Just like
Dead.
Damn, dude. Alright, and then my fucking steel defender
Yeah.
is gonna go. I'm gonna go like right here and attack this guy.
Okay, go for it.
11 to hit.
11 just hits.
And then 1d8 plus proficiency bonus. So 10 damage total. Damn.
Shattered in half. ABSU, you're up.
There's one goblin next to me. I'm gonna do an unarmed strike with hopes to just strangulate this mofo.
Yeah.
That's 16.
Hits.
Okay. And then
You grip its neck, deal 4 points of damage to it. It's still alive. We have your extra attack.
23.
Yup.
And that's just another 4.
Kills it.
Okay.
Now there is yet another bout of Heaven's Flame needed, and 3 more Fluxol cells to be extracted.
You bet your butt I'm going at it some more plus.
Let's go.
21.
Nice.
17 plus 5.
22.
22, 19.
So 22.
19.
It's all
Well, what was the Monsters Inc?
Jarvel, what was yours?
Oh, 21.
21. Okay. You do, in fact, extract the last cell of Heaven's Flame. And Chelta, you are able to get yourself one more cell of Fluxol before it kind of begins to fall apart. The refinement sector that you are operating on, unless you leave it, is going to need a little bit of repair to get more cells out of
How many did we get? 4?
it. Yeah, 4. 2
4
4
Fluxon oil.
4 Fluxon oil and how many?
and 2 Heaven's
Two
Flame.
Heaven's
Two Heaven's Flame?
Which is what we want.
That's
We
fine.
wanted 6 in.
I'm sorry,
right?
the
But-
amount of Heaven's Flame is what we want.
But I think we're okay. With 4, probably, right?
Yeah, oh, good. I got it. Let's get the heck out of here.
You're not going to get any more oil?
I
Okay.
mean, like,
I
guess.
How long does the oil last?
Well, that might be a question for Turb. Or I'm sorry, Nick.
For Wilver?
How long the oil lasts?
Is this enough oil for us?
Could I
Is
know
this
that?
enough oil?
I think you would as a spell jammer.
Okay. Do I need to roll anything?
It for Fluxon, 4 cells of Fluxol,
Fluxon.
would either be enough for 1 galleon to have enough fuel to go into a system and back, or 2 galleons to go into a system.
And now back.
Okay. Well,
So we're gonna need 8.
So we'll need
We have the Heaven's Flame though.
Oh, that's true.
Do we have 2 galleons?
Yeah.
Oh, we do.
So if they both go in and they Heaven's Flame out,
And then we need what? How
We just take one out.
we use the Fluxol to get out, or we use the Fluxol to get in. Use the Heaven's Flame to get out.
All right,
that's what I'm saying.
guys. Guys, listen. We can get 8. We need 8. We don't want to take any chances here. You know, we got a few little goblins
So
on our
can we-
asses, but we can fight them off while you guys are working.
So
Alright,
do we
let's
have
do
to
it.
use the other bench, or can we fix this?
We
current
gotta
bench?
fix. No, the other bench is useless for Fluxol.
So can you use
Unless
your
you
bench?
were to spend a little bit of time to repair it.
No. My bench that I was using is useless for Fluxol. Correct.
Correct.
Oh.
Useless for fuck all.
Fluxol. Oh,
All right, so we got to repair Luke's bench then.
Okay.
Children's bench.
And we'll be on, and us dum dums who can't operate a table will be on guard duty.
So who is repairing his station?
What's a relevant skill that we could use to it?
Intelligence.
Oh,
It ain't me, babe.
I got mad intelligence.
It ain't me,
I got
babe.
+5. I got a 20
Yeah, it's
intelligence.
this man.
Yeah.
This man right here.
Okay.
Also,
This small purple boy.
Wilver, you may use either investigation or arcana for this check. And DC is 20.
Oh, I'm using Arcana, baby! +8. 18. DC was 20, damn it. Nice.
A bellowing moan screeches down upon your party, and as you go to investigate, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh no.
Wilver? Each of us?
Wilver. Just Wilver.
Can I put my steel defender on watch duty somewhere?
I mean, sure.
Okay, but wisdom save. Please let this be a good throw. Oh, it is 22.
22. You feel for a moment like fear trying to set in within you, but you push that weak emotion aside. And as you look up from the shadows, oh Jesus,
Oh, hell.
a massive bat-like aberration lands upon you and begins to make a number of attacks, biting your skull and trying to pierce you with its tail. That is a 20 and a 17 for a bite.
To hit.
To hit.
They both hit.
Okay. And a 10 for its tail.
Double fits. 10 misses.
10 misses. That is 9 points of damage plus.
Stupid ass bat. Oh, but I guess I can.
Do you have a reaction or no?
I do. I have opportunity attack. I have shield spell and flash of genius.
You could cast shield spell if you want.
I don't need to cast it. I'll save it for a better time.
This bat-like apparition wraps itself around your head, and you see Wilver being almost looking like it's being suffocated by this creature, and you are blinded.
Oh my god.
What? Got them eyes.
So now what? I can't see. I can't walk.
Correct. Well, you can walk, but it is going to take a strength check to try to pull this thing off.
Okay. Fuck, I don't have good strength.
Okay. D6. Who's going?
I'll roll it, but it'll be set the start. If we win, 3. We lose.
5. It is going to continue to attack Wilver. That is a 13 for one and 20 for the other.
It gets to attack again?
It's the enemy's turn.
It won the.
Yeah.
It had a surprise round.
Got it.
Yeah. One misses for sure, but a 20 to hit you with its bite. And then its tail, that misses as well. So only one attack is going to try to hit you with a 20. You could use shield if you'd like.
Yeah, I'll use it. Yeah, I'm dying. Use it.
Okay, sounds good. You throw up a spectral shield around your body, preventing this bite from penetrating your skull once again. It is Alfonso's turn.
We've got the one enemy here. We still have to keep mining.
Yeah, someone would still need to be mining the Fluxon, which I believe is still you.
Was it repaired?
I didn't blow up.
He was able to
repair it.
spend a little bit of time repairing. So on your turn, you can use it to either attack or you can use your turn to mine more. Or I'm sorry, refine your ore. What are you thinking, Alfonso?
I will say about different attacks. So that's a big enemy right there.
Well, it's actually a dude who's on top of him. It's a bat.
Right, he's getting. Yeah. If I had range, it'd be good.
Just don't hit me. Why don't you, huh? Hey, careful, hey, you know, hey.
Hey,
Gotcha,
hey,
gotcha.
I'm right here.
Watch the hair.
Hit the bat, don't hit me. I'm underneath the bat. It's like a costume.
Yeah. Careful, bro. I got 30 feet of movement and then a 90-foot spell. I can cast Hold Monster on the thing.
Old
Paralyze him.
monster.
And it would paralyze him, that's true. Okay.
That's
I'm
cool.
a cast whole monster.
No, that's why we gotta
Listen,
win
can I
it.
do my 30 feet and the 90?
Yeah.
Damn, he's cranking 30s and 90s.
3090.
Holy
GTX 3090.
Okay. Casting Hold Monster. Boom.
You're
It
good.
needs a 16 or higher to succeed. That's a 4.
That's a big hell no, Seth.
It's a no. The monster is now paralyzed, and you feel this thing like, though it's like on you, its wings unfurl, and you are for the moment not blinded, though it is occupying the same space as you. Wilver, you are up.
That's right. Do I still need to do a strength check to get it
You
off?
don't.
Paralyzed.
You don't.
Yes.
You can move.
I'm gonna dart away out of this guy.
Okay.
Can I move behind it and attack
Sure.
it? Do
Yes.
a little backstab.
Give yourself advantage.
And then, Mike, you would be interested to know that I do have.
I'm very interested.
I do have
The
extra.
anti-paralyzed bat serum.
No. I do have telepathy. No, I do have extra attack.
Oh,
I
okay.
forgot about.
There you go.
I got an extra attack in here for you if you want it.
So I'm gonna stick him with my scimitar twice.
Okay.
Stick 'em
Is it the life-stealing one?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
That is the first one is a 17 to hit.
Hits.
Go.
Oh!
Dude, all you had to say, the magic words were,
17.
give me a good roll.
And then because it's a life stealer, if I roll a 20 on the attack roll, the target takes an extra 10 necrotic damage, and I gain 10 temporary hit points.
Yeah.
You're stacking
So
10
you
HP?
have 30
You're stacking
temporary hit
THP.
points.
It's a life. Yeah. 1d6 plus 5, 2 times. 1d6 plus 5, so that's 7 for the first attack.
7. Now double dice for the crit.
20.
Oh shit. This is gonna be great.
Oh. Fast money right there, look.
Plus-
It's just double dice for
12.
crit.
Double,
right?
double
So
dice, but double modifier.
Double modifier, too? Damn.
Yeah.
12 plus 5.
Plus 10.
Hold on.
17.
Okay,
Yeah.
so 7 plus 17.
24.
24 plus 10 necrotic damage.
34 points of damage.
Plus 10 THP.
That was crazy.
And as you cross it against with your second attack, you see this like dark green energy being pulled from this creature into your blade and then booning yourself.
Booning. What does that mean?
It's giving you a
It's
boon.
giving you a boon, giving you that health.
Oh, okay. I've never heard that word before.
Absu, you are up
I
with
just got
Chelta on deck.
Can I move out of the way?
Oh yeah,
Disengage?
you don't even have to disengage. It's held, so it's not gonna take an attack of opportunity anyway.
Okay, I just don't want to. I don't want to mess with
Yeah. What you doing, Absu?
I am casting Moonbeam right in the location. Con save 14. It's gonna last for the duration, and I get to move it around.
What's the save?
14. Con save.
Needs a 13 or higher. Not 20.
Okay. Not on that 20. You didn't roll a 20.
I did roll a 20.
You did? Oh, sorry.
No, but it's fine. It's still half damage.
Okay, so 1 damage. But it's good. But the Moonbeam remains there.
Yep. Okay. Chelta, what are you doing?
Maybe find some more.
Okay.
Fine.
Would you like to refine 2 or 1? The DC will be higher for 2.
1.
Okay.
One at a time. And I have 4 right now.
We have 4, yeah.
Yeah. Roll with advantage.
Advantage. Nice.
With them extra arms.
Plus 5.
A little bit of survive.
Yeah.
19.
Nice.
Plus 5. 24.
Yes, sir. You extract your 4th? 5th. You extract your 5th Fluxol cell. Jarvel, you are up.
Yeah, I go hit the thing.
I go hit the thing.
22.
Hits.
So 11.
11. Nice. 11 points of damage. Second attack.
That hits 19 plus whatever.
Nice.
Another 5, so another 11.
22 points of damage. Looking pretty hurt. It's going to try and break free of
Action
the...
surge.
Oh!
23 to hit.
Yeah.
Yo! Had to wait for
Reroll
Mike to
that.
get going for his turn.
It's not great. 9 points of damage.
Ooh! How do you do this?
Yeah, so I'm just kind of wailing on it. It's just kind of like stuck there, right?
Yeah.
And it's a bat.
It's like
Is that
this.
just a cloaker?
Yeah, it's a cloaker.
Yeah, I just want to like split the whole thing in half.
Nice. Your hold spell dissipates as it falls into 2 pieces, dead. Chelta, there are 3 more cells to be made.
I thought we just needed 6.
We wanted 6.
Do you want 6 or do you want 8?
Oh yeah, we
Well,
talked about it.
Okay, you thought 8.
Well, we talked about 8 because that would get us in and out per se.
Okay.
On
I'm
just,
gonna-
on just ore.
Yeah, I'm going 2 at a time.
Okay, 2 at a time. Okay, the DC is still 20.
Well, so I have the same score as you do.
Yeah, you can try.
If someone helps me, but we go slower.
With your attempt. And the whole thing rattles the level around you. And you all just hold still for a moment, trying to pray that nothing comes. No goblins, no cloakers. But then...
Oh, hell no.
Footsteps begin to sound louder and louder and louder above you all in this mine. What do you want to do? Do you want to help?
Yeah, I guess I help and say, like, slow it down. Because if you go slower, it's a 16, right?
Correct.
All right, both of you roll.
5. You made it. though.
21.
Nice. You get your 5th cell. One more left.
Let's go 16.
What's
again.
the noise like?
It sounds like whatever is above you is trying to locate this source, but it's not quite here yet.
Okay.
8, 23.
15.
Your 6th and final Fluxol has been extracted.
Put it in the bag and fly.
Chucking your Fluxol into the bag, and you all fly out of the mines, back from where you came and into the haven of the Artuk ruins. And you can see off in the distance a Tarask roaring and clawing into earth as it attempts to find who made such a noise. And that's where we will end this session.
Oh, wait, I'm looking up what a Tarrasque looks like.